There are some things I don't talk a lot about on the internet because they're nobody's business usually, but I'm a little annoyed with all this border crap, and I just can't stay quiet about it. So the president goes down to Brownsville, which is not the hotbed of illegal immigrant crossing activity, to do a photo op and give a press conference, and because it's a place that he's safe, not just from criminals, but also from the blowback from the actual officers on the border doing the work. The notion that our border is secure is laughable and asinine, and here's why. Many years ago, around the time I actually started here at the college, I applied for a job with the CBP, a division of Homeland Security. And many months went by, and I could not get anyone to answer my questions about the status of my application. And I had to file a congressional inquiry through my local senator's office to find out what had happened. Now, I had proof from the Postal Service that my application and all the packet materials they asked for had arrived at the Hoover FBI building, but I can't get into that building without permission. And so after that, I had no idea what had happened to my application. My senator discovered that my file had been lost. They had record that I had applied, but they couldn't find any of the materials. If they can't keep track of job applications for citizens trying to work there, how in Hoboken are they going to keep the border secure? This is I'm so ticked off, I'm molting. To go down there and gaslight me that everything's fine now, we're all fine here, how are you, is as useless of an excuse in that office as it was in the movie where Han Solo said it. We can all watch other things, we can see the data, we can look up the government reports, and we can discover that if the border is secure, then their notion of secure is a lot different from our notion of secure. They can't even secure their own paperwork. They can't secure qualified applicants. And I think a lot of the people in this administration could not pour piss out of a boot with instructions written on the heel. They are so incompetent and so distracted and so arrogant that they think they can pull the wool over our eyes about everything and tell us that what we are seeing is not what we're seeing. That they can call things a cantaloupe and we will just eat it up. I don't know. I don't know how we got here. I don't know how so many people who are pathological liars could rise so far up the echelon. Now, I'm out of touch now with the people in that particular vocation. I've been working here as a staff research associate professor for many years now, and so I have a job that I'm totally happy with. I might have ended up making more money there, but I'd have been outside and dealing with the shenanigans. And because I didn't get hired by them, I feel free to speak my piece about them, unlike some of the officers. It's very telling if you watch the videos, the response of the CBP agents standing behind the president and the response of CBP agents greeting Donald Trump. And yet they tell us that Trump is the one who's going to not secure the border and that Biden has made it more secure than ever before. Well, I don't think we had much of border security before, so if any improvement above zero would be more secure than ever before. Just saying. It's a really low standard. More secure is not secure. More secure, it's like those things that say up to 50% off. Well, 0% off is included in that. And you've probably been duped into those sales where you go in and it's not actually for sale at all, at least not the thing you want, or it's not as good of a deal. Up to 40%. Well, yours is only 5% off because the things we put on 40% are things nobody wants. The things they are doing are things that nobody in America, at least not the majority of Americans, actually want the president to do. This president spends more time napping, eating ice cream, and going on vacation than any of my coworkers. And that's saying something because I have a coworker who has missed 60 days, no call. Let's see, well, that's not true. He's been out for 60 days in the last 3 months. Well, a lot of it was FMLA. That's not a reliable coworker. And this president is not reliable as a leader or a source of information. He is a liar. Remember that before anything else, Joe Biden went to law school, and lawyers are paid liars. For a small sum, they will tell other people whatever you like. And so we know not to trust them. Why are we trusting him now? Why should we? We have his entire life of gaslighting, blaming, passing the buck, changing his position for political expediency. Why would he be any different now? I do believe people can change, and I do know that what they are now is more important than what they used to be, but I see no conduct among the president's behavior that evinces any change has occurred for the better. And I don't see, based on what I'm seeing around here, that things are better at the border. I mean, I don't see a problem with particular narcotics here like you do in states like Utah, which is interesting that we don't have a big problem in Nevada as they do, since we're closer to the border. But the problems are real. I have relatives and friends who live there, and it's pretty bad. And Utah's not even a border state, at least not yet. We'll see. The other thing I have a problem with, this is my last commentary on this for today, is the word fix. Now, they keep saying they're going to fix the border. And I've been dealing with politicians saying this now for 15 years. And when I get a chance, I always ask them, do you mean fixes in repair, or fixes in fixing a fight, fixing a roulette wheel, or fixing an election? Because I have a copy of the 1909 Oxford English Dictionary 12-volume set at home, and if you look up the word fix in 1909, it did not mean to repair. It says to make permanent. So they're going to fix the border all right. They're going to leave it wide open until this country is overrun by Vandals, Goths, and Visigoths, or whatever the modern equivalent of that is today. Why would you want to be in charge when that happens? I'm not in their heads. I'm not like them. And on days like this, I'm grateful for that. Anyway, I hope your families are safe. I hope that our leaders will make choices that are in the best interest of the citizens already extant and already present, instead of trying to import votes, which is what I'm convinced this is all about. If you can't win, if you don't have enough people willing to come out and vote for you, bring in enough people who will so you can win. Because if you watch videos of them, they're all talking about, oh yeah, they want Biden to be president because of all the things he's promising them. But like 4 years ago, there are a lot of promises that got broken. We got a lot of students around here who were looking forward to having their student loans canceled. And although he's canceled student loans for many people, I don't think most of the people who gave him the thumbs up around here got a dime or more or anything. Because I think he's all hat, no cattle. And we are in a kakistocracy ruled by the worst citizens of our nation. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Do with them what you like. And I hope your families are well. Have a good weekend. Ciao.